Selling your home, especially when you've never done it before, can be surprisingly time-consuming, emotionally challenging, and very stressful. Strangers will come to your house, they will poke around, open your closets and cabinets, criticize the place that you see as more than just four walls and a roof. And on top of that, they will offer you less money than you think your home is worth. What's up, everyone? This is Mischa Thompson with Coldwell Banker SSK here in Warner Robins, Georgia. If you have not been here and watched not any of my videos yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on that notification bell so you will stay up to date with the latest real estate videos. If you watch it on Facebook, make sure you like it, comment below what you think about the video, if it was very informative or not. And if you like it, share it as well. Today's video is about 12 mistakes sellers should not do when selling their home. Number 1, getting emotionally involved. Once you decide to sell your property, start thinking more of yourself as a business person and a home seller rather than the homeowner. By looking at the transaction from a purely financial standpoint, you'll distance yourself from the emotional aspect of selling the property you undoubtedly made so many memories in. Also, try to remember how you felt when you were shopping for a property. Most likely the buyers looking at your home are in an emotional state as well. If you remember that feeling that you are not only selling a property, but an image, the American dream and lifestyle, you will be more likely putting more effort towards selling the property, staging it, maybe do some minor remodeling and repairs to get top dollar for your property. These changes in appearance will not only help the sales price, but will also create that emotional distance because the home looks less familiar. Mistake number 2, not using a real estate agent. Yes, that real estate professional will get paid a commission after the transaction is over, but do you know how to do the transaction? Have you ever done it? If you've never done it before, you never sold a house before, it's a very bad idea to not use a real estate agent. In general, it's not a really good idea to not use a real estate agent because that real estate agent is a professional. And the professional knows the in and outs of a real estate transactions. Do you know exactly what to do, what the legal terms mean, what they are, how to write a contract proper? The real estate agent does, and that's why it's their job doing contracts and selling and buying houses on a daily basis. They know exactly what to do. They know how to stage the house, what to repair, and how to market the house to get the most money for your property and sell it in a timely manner. Also, the real estate agent can really create that emotional gap between you and the property to make it easier for you to detach yourself of the home and make it easier to sell the home in general. There is a lot of stuff that a real estate agent does, and the commission is scary for a lot of people. And the thing is that statistically, if you sell your home with a real estate agent, first of all, you will have more traffic. A real estate agent has greater resources than a normal person, so they will be able to attract more buyers towards your house, potential buyers, and your house will be seen more often. And on the other hand, statistically, a house listed with a real estate agent sells for a higher price than a house not listed with a real estate agent, because the real estate agent knows exactly where to price your home. Mistake number 3, minimizing what an agent does. A lot of people try to sell their house by themselves. In the end, they end up with an agent. Some of them get lucky and sell it themselves, but most of them will return to an agent and have it listed, and, well, it sells. What a surprise. But you got to keep in mind the agent really does the research on what the house is worth, what the house is selling in your neighborhood for, what the houses are listed in your neighborhood for. And most of those houses already have a commission calculated in. If you look at those houses and you want to sell yourself, you got to take that commission off, and it's going to be less money for you. But also, there is a lot of stuff that the agent does, the professional marketing and the resources the agent has for marketing. Like I said in mistake number 2, an agent has a lot of resources. Marketing the property is one of them. And, well, the agent can put your property in the multiple listing service. You can actually not do that. You can do it on Zillow. You can put it on Zillow, but an agent puts the property and markets the property in numerous outlets. With multiple listing service is every agent in your area will see what comes up on the multiple listing service, and as soon as a new listing comes up, numerous agents will jump on that property because they already have a buyer. Yeah, and it is distributed through the MLS to way more outlets than just Zillow. And so an agent does a lot of work, and a lot of people don't see that. They see that they get paid a commission. They don't understand how the commission is split, that the agent working for them actually is not getting that whole commission. But an agent does a lot of work. We work a lot of long hours. It is 11 o'clock right now, I think. But don't minimize what the agent does. The agent is there to work for you, and each and every agent, I'm sure, is doing their best and tries their hardest and work their butts off pretty much to get your house sold. And it's not only marketing, it's taking calls from other agents, setting up showings, and writing contracts. But yeah, do not minimize what the agents do. Mistake number 4 is setting an unrealistic price. Remember when you bought the house with your agent and you did a comparable market analysis to see what the house is worth? Or have you done that before? So it is very important to compare the market around you to determine what the price is. Overpriced houses don't sell. Overpriced houses will sit on the market a very long time, and then people drop the price and drop the price and drop the price. And every time you drop the price, people looking at homes, it doesn't matter where they look at them, but they see, hey, they dropped the price $5,000. What is wrong with the property? That is the first question each buyer has when it comes to a price drop. What is wrong with the property? So, to get away from that and take care of that problem, it is very important to not overprice it, to price it right. And for that, you need to do a comparable market analysis. And your agent you work with is going to help you to do that, to determine the right price and sell the property for the right price, and do not overprice it. Don't worry too much about a slightly underpriced house, which in theory, if that is the case, you will end up with multiple offers. And multiple offers usually have the tendency to bid each other up a little bit. So make sure you do not overprice your house. Mistake number 5, expecting the asking price. Hold on, I already hear the voices. Yes, it depends on the market situation. In a seller's market, you might as well expect the price, but in a buyer's market, don't expect the asking price. Most people are going to price their home with room for negotiations. And that's a good strategy. If you got a little bit of room in negotiations and you give a little bit in to the buyer feels like they did a great deal and they're happy at the end. And you're happy because you had that room and you expected that to happen. So when you're a real estate agent and you calculate the numbers, most likely you're going with that strategy than the underpricing strategy we discussed in mistake number 4. So just talk to your real estate agent what the current market situation is and go from there. And ask your real estate agent what they would prefer to do or what their experience is. Is the underpricing strategy the right thing to get multiple offers and might get in a bidding war? Or is the pricing strategy where we price it with a cushion the better way? And usually most of the people actually price the home with room for negotiations. And in the end, everyone is happy. Mistake number 6, selling during the wintertime. During the wintertime, and especially the holidays, the market is super slow. No one wants to go out and check on houses. No one wants to take a look at houses when it's cold outside, and they rather stay at home in the warm and cuddle up and sit on the couch and watch a movie, drink hot chocolate. They will not go out and look at houses as much as they would do in the spring, summer, or in the fall time. So keep that in mind wherever you are, that wintertime is not the time to sell your property. Of course, like I said, depending where you are, Florida, California, Georgia, South Carolina might be different because the climate is a little different. But keep that in mind that, generally speaking, the winter months are not good months to sell your property because people are not going to go out and take a look at properties. And if you put it on the market in the winter and it sits there, it's also not very good for the situation, because as longer the house sits, as more people think of it as a problem property, and it's going to be a harder sell. So again, talk to your real estate professional to see what the best time of the year is to list your property where you live. Mistake number 7, listing photos. I've seen it over and over again that people put their house online on the market, doesn't matter if it's rent or for sale, and you see a half foot in it, a half hand in it. You see the shadow of the husband's beer belly in it. You see dirty dishes. You see only a cropped part of the picture. You have the wrong angle, the wrong light. Photos are not crisp or clear. Listing photos are one of the most important things when it comes to a listing. Listing photos need to be crisp, clear. So it makes a difference. Houses with crisper, clearer, and nicer photos will be viewed way more often online, and also will be visited way more often for showings. So good photos, and real estate professionals usually have someone, or like I do it myself because photography is my hobby and I think I'm doing a very, very good job. But real estate professionals have that asset. You need good photos. Yes, a lot of people have a phone, an iPhone, Android. They all say the camera has 12 megapixels and takes amazing photos. The deal is, if you're into technology, and I done my research a long time ago before I started, a phone's camera lens is smaller than a dime. And that camera lens can't have enough light, or it does not get enough light. A professional uses a big camera, a DSLR or a mirrorless camera, you'll see that the lenses are bigger. The lenses let more light through, more color comes through, more pixels come through, more clarity, more crispiness. So do not use an iPhone for listing photos. No, no, no. It's a big no-no. Use a professional, but it's a very important thing. Listing photos are the first thing people see, and a lot of people don't even read the description of the house. They just scroll through the photos, and the photos first, and then might read the descriptions. So photos are very important. It's your first impression, and the first impression is mostly the strongest and the one that burns into their head. So listing photos are very important. Good photos are important. Crisp, clear, right angles, right colors, right lighting. Don't take pictures when it rains. A house from the outside when it rains or when the sky is dark looks very uninviting. So keep that in mind. Very important. Mistake number 8, not carrying insurance. Remember when you bought the house, the lender said something about getting homeowners insurance and you need homeowners insurance? Make sure you do have homeowners insurance. If a visitor, a viewer of your home had an accident on your property and sues you, you are in trouble. So make sure you got the proper insurance while selling your property. Mistake number 9, hiding major problems. Do not hide major problems. It will come out at the home inspection, the buyer's home inspection. Remember that inspection you should have done too when you bought the house? It will come out, and then you have a bigger problem. So if you don't know if your property has a problem, I recommend do a pre-listing inspection. Call an inspector, a home inspector, and get your home inspected before you put it on the market. See if there are problems with the house or if they're not. If there are problems, the inspector will tell you and most likely recommend a fix for those problems he or she will find. And that makes it easier for you to list the property, and it makes the property more sellable because there might be not problems anymore because you already took care of them. So do not hide problems, major problems at all. It will come out and it will bite you in the butt if you do. Mistake number 10 is not preparing for the sale of the property. Please prepare. Kind of make a list of things you need to do prior to listing it. It is important. If you're not prepared to list it, you will probably not going to be able to get top dollar or sell the property to your desired price in the desired time. So make sure you are prepared and know what to do, what to fix, and what to clean, and what to stage. It is very important. If you talk to your real estate professional, they certainly help you, but make sure the house is clean, the house is nicely staged, and like in problem or mistake number 9 mentioned, maybe do that pre-listing home inspection and get rid of all the problems. If you have a clean and nicely staged home at showings or especially picture day, you will have it easier to sell the property. It will be more attractive to people, and people will more likely have the wow effect when they go into your house because it's clean, it's well maintained, and it's nicely staged. And make sure, it is important, depending on the seasons, how to stage your home. Mistake number 11, not accommodating buyers. If a buyer contacts your agent and wants to show the property or wants to take a look at the property, or other agent contacts your agent and they want to take a look at the property, make sure you figure out a time and let them see the property. If you have to work around your schedule, because sometimes it just does not work the way we want it. Things come up, things happen, but make sure you kind of get it worked around your schedule so they can end up looking at the property. If you tell someone, no, you can't take a look at the property, and do not figure out other time or day, they will most likely not coming back to take a look at your property. Seriously, do not tell them just no. Try to make it happen. Try to make it happen 2 hours later, 3 hours later. Try to make it happen. If you tell a buyer no, or your agent tells the buyer no, they will most likely not come back to take a look at your house. If you just tell them no without figuring out other time, they will not come back. It happened before and it will always happen again, because buyers think if they do not want us to take a look at the house, then so be it. They might not want to sell it. So make sure you're gonna figure something out to show the house. There's always a possibility that something happens and something goes wrong. And of course, some buyers ask, can I take a look at the house in 15 or 20 minutes? Sometimes that just does not work. Sometimes you're at home with kids and you can't get them ready in 15 minutes. Make sure your agent communicates that with the buyer or the other agent to make it happen and give you a little bit more time. The agent will be understanding. They know that you have kids. They know you need a little bit of time. 20 minutes is not enough. They'll work it out. But don't just say, no, I'm not going to show it today. It's going to hurt you in the long run. Last but not least for today, mistake number 12 is dealing or selling with unqualified buyers. If you work with a real estate agent, you most likely never run into that problem. If you do not, you might. You need evidence that your buyers are qualified to purchase your home. And if you don't, you will have a lot of headaches. So make sure you know that the buyers are qualified. If you work with a real estate agent, you don't have that problem. You will probably never run into that problem because the real estate agent knows that they have to be qualified and make sure they are qualified. That was it for today. That was my video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Let me know what you think of it. Share it, like. I'll see you at the next video. Bye.